Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bonny and welcome to Bonny Beauty Hub. I know you've already seen the title, so you know what I'm going to talk about, but still I feel I have to give an explanation as why I am like half makeup done. It's because I am going to wear this palette in front of you. I haven't tried this before. It's my first time trying out, so it's going to be a first impression. At the same time, I think I'm going to wear it for the entire day today, and at the end of the day I would still tell you how long wearing it is, because it is clearly mentioned on the website that it is a long wearing palette. Today we're going to talk about the Natasha Denona, her Glam face palette. I don't think she's come with a face palette. She has palettes where it is blushes with a bronzer and a highlighter. I don't know if it has a bronzer, but I know there are palettes that has blushes and highlighters in it. She has a number of eyeshadow palettes, but this palette looks very different because this has cheek products and eye products, so that is why I'm excited about. This is how the palette looks. Oh my god, you can see my camera, you can see my viewfinder, but that is so pretty. The only problem is I don't like these fingerprints when they come on the palette, but yeah, it is so pretty. And okay, so I can show you the palette like this because they still have the paper on it. It has two cheek products. I like it because it's mentioned that these are cream products. Yeah, so the blush and the highlighter, they both are cream products, and they've mentioned that these are formulations that they've never had in any of their products before, so we're going to try out that as well. And my very first impression on this palette is I think this is going to be a very easy to go palette for beginners as well, because if you look at the palette, let me show you. So you can see they don't have name for the eyeshadows. They just say that it is for the inner corner or transition shade, the crease shade, the outer corner shade, and the smoking color. So it is so easy for a beginner, because if it is the inner corner, okay, so this color is something just for the inner corner. A transition, just the transition. Crease, the smoking, so if you want to do a liner or your lower lash line, it's a smoking color. So that is really beautiful. I love the flap that it has too, because it would not allow the powders to get mixed with the cream, and that is something that I love about Natasha Denona's palettes. She does this with her other palettes as well. So if she has cream products and powder products together, she would always put this flap. So yeah, there's no gap where the powder could go through, so the flap also opens up, and it's so beautiful. All right, so that is about the packaging itself. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but this, when I just see it, it looks like a powder blush, but I'm just going to touch it. It definitely feels like powder. I don't think, this is not a cream product. And this is how pigmented the blush is. And okay, so these are definitely not cream products. So it's mentioned that these are cream products, but I don't think these are cream products. For some reason, it's mentioned, it's even mentioned over here. It's written that it's a cream blush. It's even written that it's a cream blush, but it is not cream. Okay, I think it is not cream. Or maybe it is like a moussey cream. This is very weird. So I just tried to press it really hard, and see, this is the type of texture that it brings. So it's like a moussey cream. I'm sorry, I'm not flicking you off, but I'm just trying to show you the texture. It is weird. If it was not mentioned anywhere, I would definitely say that this is a powder product, but because it's mentioned it's a cream product, the formulation is really different. I feel it's a powder formulation, but they say it's a cream formulation. I don't know what to say. Alright, so I do have my base makeup. I have also done my bronzer. I've used a cream bronzer. Everything that's on my face, as always, it will be listed in the description box below in case you're interested. So let's start with the blush. I'm taking the Sephora brush number 93. I'm just dipping it. There's not a lot of product coming on the brush, very less, but this I've dipped it like 5-6 times, and again I've dipped it like 5-6 times, and this is how much it comes. But let's see how pigmented this is. It is pigmented, but for the amount of product that I've taken, you can see, I'm not taking off the paper from the mirror so that I can easily show you the palette. So I'm just digging my brush here, and it still shows the same amount of blush on it. And yeah, the color is building up. So as I told you before, I think this is a good palette for beginners because it's not packing a punch. So I have already layered the product 3 times and it still is okay. We have certain blushes, there's just one tap and touch it on your skin, bam, you have so much pigmentation. But this is a buildable formula, so I am not complaining, but my first impression is I'm not very happy about it because it's mentioned it's a cream formulation and it is not, right? So see, this is 3 times build up and this is just 1 time, and it's very light. So yeah, it is, and I seriously have to dig the product. I have to dig the product. Okay, so now that I've completely dug into it, wow. This time the pigmentation was really good. I think it just has a layer on top. So once you fully remove that layer, I think that layer is very powdery, but now it's still powdery. I don't know what to say. All right, so now that that top layer is gone, I can get a little bit more pigmentation. The moment I start my video is the same time someone of my neighbor has to mow their lawn. Oh my God. I like the way the blush looks on my skin. I'm slightly disappointed because they said it's a cream formulation, but the formulation is very unique. It's very different. I don't know how to feel about it, but maybe after I do my full face of makeup, I would be able to come back and speak a little bit more about the blush. But right now, I'm in a very confused state of mind. I have a lot of expectation from the highlighter, so let me just pick my highlighter brush. I am taking, it is a powder product, see. Can you see the fallout? So it is a powder product. I have the fallout on my phone here. So if you can see my phone, it has all the fallout on my phone. So this does have fallout, so it is definitely not a cream product. So let's see how it glows. Wow. This, I'm impressed. This, I'm definitely impressed. Wow. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, Natasha Denona. This is what I expect from a first impression. You just use it on your skin and you say, oh my God, this is amazing. All right, so finally I have something to kickstart my happy mood. So the Star Glow, the highlighter is amazing. So I'm gonna close this off and now we're gonna start with the eyes. So I'm going to go exactly with what it says. So I'm going to go with the transition shade first. I've taken a fluffy brush. I'm dipping into the transition shade. It has a lot of fallout and maybe that's why she has this closed up. But there is a lot of fallout. A lot of fallout. I like how muted this color is. It's a perfect transition shade. I'm loving it. I haven't tried a shade like this before. It's not very visible, but because I'm using it, I know that there's a transition shade. It's perfect. It's beautiful. All right, so I'm taking a smaller blending brush and I'm taking the crease shade. This also has a lot of fallout. And now let's go into the crease. I like it. It's something that you can keep building. So again, it's not too pigmented, but it's pigmented enough that you can see it on your skin and you can blend it, or it's blending easily and you can build it based on how much pigmentation you want. A lot of fallout. That is something that's upsetting me. So next I'm going to do the outer corner. So I'm going to use my ring finger. I'm taking this color, the outer crease color. It is so glowy and I'm going to use it on the center of my eyelid. Alright, so I've left a little bit space on the very outer corner and a little space on the inner outer corner, and otherwise I've just put it all over my eyes here. And this shade I love. It's so easy to use it with your finger, and when I see the formulation, it looks like something that would blend really well with your fingertips. Wow, this is something that I love. This is beautiful. Next, I'm taking a small shader brush. I'm taking the smoking shade. Now, because I'm not using a bigger brush, there's no much fallout, but yeah, when I tap off, I can see there is still some fallout. So this I'm going to use on the outer corner, the little space that I've left. And I'm slightly going to bring it into my upper lash line, just like a liner. Again, I don't feel that this darker shade is pigmented enough. I think with the crease shade, this is the crease shade, and the crease shade already gives you a little bit of darkness. So compared to the crease shade, when I use this, I want it to be a little bit more darker, but it is not dark enough. Again, this exactly, it looks like a palette that is really good for beginners because it doesn't give you too much pigmentation, so that even if there's errors or mistakes that happen, it's very easy to blend it out or take off the color. But if you are a makeup artist and you've been doing makeup for a very long time, and you are a person who just wants to quickly do your makeup and go be out of the door, I don't think this is the right palette for you, because the pigments in this is something that you need to keep building it up, otherwise it would not show on your skin. Okay, so last but not the least, I'm going to take the inner corner color. I'm not getting anything on my brush, if you can see. I am not getting anything on my brush, and inner corner is something, and if you can see, it's just breaking. If I try to dig into the product keeps breaking. So the formulation is very different, but still I've just managed to take a little bit on the brush. Let's see if it's come. I'm not getting anything on the brush. Natasha, please don't disappoint me. I love Natasha's products. I'm just disappointed why this isn't working. So I'm just switching to a bigger brush, because inner corner is something that I cannot use with my fingers because I have nails. This brush seems to have picked up a little bit of more product. So let's see. It's very sheer. I can see it, but it's not something that I'm impressed with. I'm still packing it up. Let me try using this finger. See, with the finger, there's a lot of pigmentation. Okay, so it looks better when I use the finger, but for the inner corner, I need a product that I can use it with a brush as well, because I have nails. So I'm going to take a little bit more of the outer corner color, and I'm going to, now that I've used the smoky color, I'm going to dab it a little bit more so that I have a little bit more glow. And I would not even take off the smokiness. I would still have the smokiness, but I'm just tapping a little bit on the center to improvise the glow. Now I'm going to go back with the transition color, and I'm going to blend everything out just one last time, but I'm blending it very lightly so that it doesn't take off the smoky color or the glitter from the center lid. I like the color story. I like the way that they are placed. I like the way it's packaged, but I'm not impressed with how the colors are working or how pigmented the colors are. So let me just finish my other eye. I'll just finish my full face of makeup and I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back with my full face of makeup, and my neighbor has also completed his mowing. So I'm happy about that as well. So am I happy about the palette? Does my face expression show you how I feel about it? By now, I think you'd have got a slight idea, because I was disappointed with most of the colors over here. The color story is really pretty. I love the color story in this. I love the packaging. Natasha Denona always amazes with her beautiful packaging. Simple yet very elegant and beautiful. But yeah, this is something you can already see that there is a lot of messiness over here. That's because there's a lot of fallout, and it's so disappointing that it's mentioned it's a cream. Maybe it's a very different formulation and that's why they call it a cream formulation, but for me, if I haven't read it anywhere and if I just look at the products, I would say it's definitely a powder formulation. The blush, I could definitely say there's a very different formulation where it has a little bit of moussiness to it, a little bit of moisture in it. So maybe that's why, but the highlighter, definitely it's a powder foundation. The eyeshadows, I like the way it glows on my skin. If I take a very closer look in my mirror, it looks so beautiful. The blush, the highlighter, the eyeshadows, it blends so very well into the skin. Blending is not an issue at all. Pigmentation is an issue for me, so I need a little more pigmentation. So I'm a person who I'm really quick with my makeup, so that is why I don't do makeup. I don't do videos when I'm getting ready to go out of the door, because I'm really quick with my makeup. I just dab, makeup is done and I'm out of the door. So I always use products that are really pigmented. It's just one dab and I'm done with my makeup. But this is something that you need to build on and on if you even want to see the color on your skin. So you see, I've used 3 to 4 layers and I still have just this amount of pigmentation, which I'm not that happy about. I need a little more pigmentation when I'm taking like 3 or 4 turns. So yeah, I like the way it looks, but it's something that you need to work to get at this level. So as I told in the beginning, if you are a beginner, this is a really forgiving palette. You can blend your way out of it. You can build the colors. It's really forgiving. So if you've made a mistake, you can just wipe it out and do it again because it's not that thickly pigmented. But yeah, it's not my cup of tea, so I'm so sorry. Natasha Denona has amazing palettes. I love all her formulation, especially her cream formulation. I have tried her cream formulation before. This palette, I think she released it during Valentine's Day, and this is one of her cream formulation and it is amazing. I use this all the time, and her powder formulations are good. Her eyeshadows are out of the world, really amazing. But this I did not like. I know she makes amazing pigmented shadows, so compared to that, this I didn't like it. So yeah, but if you are a beginner and you want to splurge a lot of money on a luxury palette, go for this because it looks really beautiful. I can't complain about that, but you need to work your way through it. So yeah, that is my final verdict. It retails for $59. I bought it during the Sephora VIB sale, so I did get my 20% discount, and I'm uploading this on the 13th. So you have another 2 days. If you see it today, you have another 2 days to buy it with the sale amount. So yeah, that is it. I don't have much to talk about it. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching till the end, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.